Hi guys, hope you all are doing great. I'm CA Manisha Vyas and this is CA Disha Veera. And with this video, we are coming up with a new series named Get Your Optional Subject Right. In this, we are going to have CAs from recent attempts who scored exemptions in their respective optional subject, talk about the subject, talk about the resources they use, their strategy, their study plan, and why they chose that particular optional subject. In this video, since Disha and I chose risk management, we're going to talk about risk management.
So the very first question that comes to our mind is why risk management? So let me tell you, my first option was actually capital markets and financial services and not risk management. I did my articleship in business advisory, and hence I thought that the portion of capital markets was similar to what I used to do in articleship. So that was my first choice. But somewhere during my second year, I realized that I had inclination towards risk management. Now, how did this thought come to me? So what I did is I went through a risk management paper and also went through all other elective papers just to see what kind of questions are asked and how do you answer those questions. And I found out that I was most comfortable with risk management. There were certain sum type questions, that is, there were questions on finding standard deviation, variance, correlation coefficient, working capital. So I really liked such kind of sum based questions. Apart from that, one thing that I saw in risk management was if you had a normal financial acumen and if you used your logic, you could answer those questions. So for these reasons, I took risk management. Again, capital markets is also a very good choice if you have interest in core finance, but it's slightly lengthy. You need good technical knowledge. That is, you need to know the SEBI laws. You need to know about the mutual fund markets, about the money markets. So you can't really bluff there. Of course, you have your book open with you, but of course, you'll have to spend a reasonably more time than risk management. So that's how I picked risk management. And I would suggest that whenever you pick your subject, do go through the question paper once to maybe find a decision.
So, a lot of people might wonder what is risk management? Risk management, as the name suggests, it is about various kinds of risk that a business or an investor faces. It gives details of various models to measure the risk. It further explains ways to manage the risk. A basic example of this is when, let's say, giving a loan, the risk that the bank faces is the credit risk. The way to measure is the credit score of the debtor. The way to manage this is by taking collateral. So in a nutshell, this is what risk management is about. Now let's go on to the preparation strategy for risk management. The material used for preparation of risk management is module of CA final, risk management, module of inter CA FM, that is financial management, and CA final SFM module to cover chapters like risk management and investment decision, foreign exchange risk, and interest rate risk. Now, ICI has also released a case study book, so you have to definitely go through that and all the previous attempts, MTQ and exam questions, and the index sheet. So I took classes from Sanjay Saraf, but Disha did not go for any classes. So the only reason that I'm telling you this is it's totally up to you whether you want to go for classes or not. Now, from the very first day of your preparation of RM, you should use the index sheet. Index sheet can be prepared by you or you can use an already prepared index sheet. I'll recommend RHX Alpha Sheet. You can go to the Telegram channel. I'll just drop the link in the description box. You can use Shivam Palan's revision videos, which are available on YouTube, to start the subject. It will give you a gist about what RM is. From there, then you start reading the module, and once you've read the module maybe twice or thrice using the index sheet, then you go on to the case study booklet which has been issued by ICAI, and then in addition to that you're supposed to solve all the previous attempts, MTPs and exam papers case studies.
I'll quickly take you through the index sheet that I made. This sheet is made from scratch. This sheet is not arranged alphabetically, but it is recommended that you take a sheet which is alphabetically arranged so that you can search the word by each alphabet. This one is arranged by chapters, so I took two prints, one chapter wise and one alphabetically. Now, each word is this sentence here contains what is the word that you want to find. This is the page number, this is the chapter number, and the last column you see is actually a reference to any case study or any alternate word or any question that I did. Let's say here I solved November 19 case study on unsupervised learning. So if there's a question on this, I can even refer to the case study which might have similar type of questions. So this interlinking is very important, and it will come to you only when you actually solve it and make your own notes. In case you're using some existing index, then make sure that you make certain modifications like these, add certain words which you feel here and there, so that it's all customized to your needs. If you see, I have also added certain words for from the intermodule. Chapter 7 and 8 from the intermodule are also relevant for risk management. After that, I have also added certain SFM related chapters here and audit related chapters here, which I thought would be helpful when answering certain questions. As you can see, I've also made one more tab called acronyms. Since there were a lot of acronyms which were used, and one or two MCQs that I solved asked upfront what is the full form of this acronym. So I just thought that I'd make a sheet here. You can do something similar for yourself. The third tab is mistakes to avoid. So I had made a similar sheet, a written sheet from almost all subjects. But for RM, since I was going to take a print, I just made a typed sheet here. So I'll just take you one or two points so that you understand what exactly it contains. So first one was read the question before the case study. So a lot of times the case studies are very long. The question is something very different from what the case study says. So read the question first, and then come to the case study. So similarly, I have identified certain mistakes which I made during case solving. So you can remember. So that was about the index sheet. I have attached a link to this index sheet in case you want to use the same one. But I would highly recommend that you make your own, because in the process you understand the concepts much better. You know where things are in the sheet. Also, if you're using my index sheet, please make sure that you revise all the page numbers, revise the case study numbers. There might be certain inadvertent mistakes too. So just be mindful of those. A lot of students have questions about how many times should you read the module, because it's an open book test after all. So memory is not the key here, but understanding all the concepts is the key. So generally, I think in one or two readings, you should clearly understand all the concepts. But to get a sense of where which point is mentioned, I advise you should read at least 3 to 4 times. I myself did it for 3 times, and the 4th time was during the exam. A lot of students did it for 6 to 7 times. If that's the way you're comfortable with, and that's how you remember things, then I think volume is the key. Go for 6 to 7 times there.
Okay, so the next question, which I believe a lot of people might have, is whether you should go for extra case study books that are released by authors which is not ICAI. Now here I did this. I will not name the author, but I bought one extra case study book of an author, and let me be honest, it was not at all helpful. It is just I am pretty sure ICAI is not going to just open up that author's book and going to give you a question from there. If they want to give you a googly, they'll probably do it from their own resources, and they'll not use any other professors published extra case study books. So unless you have a friend of yours who's gone through that extra case study book and is highly recommending it to you, I would say don't just go for it. There are a lot of resources for risk management available by ICAI itself, so you can go through them first for your preparation.
Sure. So that's it from us on risk management. We shall be covering other optional subjects also very soon in our series. Stay tuned, subscribe if you want to get regular notifications from us, and also share it with your friends so that maximum people get benefit from this content. Thank you, and see you next time.